Okay, good morning. Sorry for the delay. I was trying to figure out some of the settings on my side. Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to another IC Markets pre-market live analysis. All right. Okay, without further delay, let's begin the session. Okay. So, as usual, this is the disclaimer. Remember that everything in this webinar is educational in nature and nothing should be construed as investment or trading advice. Alright, so please remember to do your own due diligence before you guys trade. Okay? Oh yes, of course, Nick. Can we kindly have the DXY analysis, seeing that it is so influential in Forex? Okay, of course. Yes, so the agenda for today, we will cover high impact news events for the week ahead and also key technical setups to watch out for. Alright, and I'm your host for today. My name is Woon and I'll be going through with you today's pre-markets live analysis. Alright. Okay, so for the key news events for this week, we have only quite a few news as it is just the first week of August. Alright, so later on we will have CHF CPI. Alright, and then Tuesday we have USD ISM Services PMI, and then Wednesday we have NZD employment change as well as unemployment rate. Alright, so you'll see pairs such as NZD USD and NZD JPY having more volatility than usual. Alright, usually these are slow moving pairs, but because of unemployment rate on a Wednesday, right? So this NZD USD and NZD JPY will definitely have fluctuations in the market. Alright, then of course Thursday we have GBP news, multiple GBP news as well as USD unemployment claims. Okay, GBP news we have Bank of England monetary policy report, and then of course we have also the monetary policy summary, right? So this you can see usually once we have more than 3 or 4 news for GBP, right, it will affect pairs like GBP USD and GBP JPY and GBP AUD greatly. All right, and then of course 1.5 hours later we have USD unemployment claims. Alright, so it'll definitely affect gold, the US dollar. Alright, and lastly on Friday we have CAD employment change and unemployment rate. Alright, so now let's move on to the let's take a look at the DXY chart. Okay, so let's reset this and take a look again at how the DXY chart might move. Alright, so you can see right here we have a very nice level for our pivot point. Okay, DXY could potentially reverse off here, right? Firstly, because it is within this pullback area, very fresh pullback support level. Alright, then also you can see we have a very fresh daily fair value gap as well. Alright, if I were to look here, right, you can see this fair value gap over here. Alright, this is an untapped fair value gap, so price could potentially come in, fill this gap and then go higher. Alright, so we might see a positive recovery for DXY because DXY has also just broken past this high slightly towards the end of last week. Alright, so you could see a change of character for DXY here. Okay, so this could indicate that once we have created a change of character and then we have a higher low as well, price could create a higher low to come up to at least this previous high over here. Alright, so of course we can label this as our pivot point. Then let's take a look at where could our support be. Right, so our support will be the previous swing low over here. Okay, then for our resistance, alright, we will choose this previous swing high as well. XA, gold, silver, BTC, and USD, US30. Okay, of course. Sure, no worries. Give me a moment. Alright, so right here we can see yes, so since we have our fair value gap, okay, so this could indicate a potential reverse towards the upside, right, and this towards our first resistance level after reacting off our pivot point. Then of course, let's take a look at whether it aligns with our Fibo. Okay, so our pivot point aligns very nicely with our 50% Fibo retracement level. Alright, so this could indicate more confluence. Alright, then let's take a look at whether we can find any projection. Okay, wait, let me see. Oops, 78.6. Okay, so you can see right here we could potentially see price reacting off this within this level. Alright, because we have our 100% Fibo projection as well as our 50% Fibo retracement level over here. Alright, so we shall label this as our bullish confluence. Okay, so since we might see a bullish reaction from DXY, alright, then we could potentially see a bearish reaction from gold. Alright, so now let's potentially take a look at gold. So gold also aligns nicely. Why? Because we have continuous, you can see right here, this is the first change of character, then of course we have our break of structure afterwards. Alright, so we could potentially see gold reversing off this level over here. Let me see, H4, yes, okay. Okay, this makes more sense. H4. Yeah. Okay, this is our pivot point. This is our resistance. Alright, then this is our support. Oh wait, let me extend it a little bit. Okay, why I chose this level as our pivot? Alright, if you notice, we are possibly expecting a, where is my tool? Okay, we are expecting a head and shoulders, something like a head and shoulders pattern, or some people might call it the QM. Alright, some people might call it, there is this method, there is this strategy also called QM. Okay, QM, right, whereby once you can see that there is a potential left shoulder, alright, then there is a head, and then price could potentially form a level, right? But the prerequisite to a QM is that we must have a break over here. We must have a change of character over here, or a break of structure towards the opposite direction. So right now we are looking at a proper head and shoulders pattern forming for price to fall towards for price to be aligned with our left shoulder and fall towards our first support level. Okay, so with that in mind, let me see. Okay, with that in mind, let's take a look at any fib levels that we can look at. Okay, I think it aligns with our 61. Okay, so it aligns very nicely, and if you scroll in slightly within this area, Okay, slightly within. What do we have over here? We also have a fair value gap over here. Alright, so I usually like to use fair value gaps when I have a strong feeble retracement level, as long as a nice pivot point over here. Alright, so firstly we have our left shoulder pivot point, secondly we have our fair value gap, and thirdly we have our 61.8% feeble retracement level. Okay, then let's see if we are able to find any projection. Okay, so far we don't have any projection level. Let me see. Nope, this is slightly insignificant. Okay, so we have our 78.6. Oh, let me see how I can make this look better. Okay, so we also have 78.6% feeble projection over here. So this could potentially be a nice sell opportunity. So how I will enter this, right? Basically, you can enter a swing trade, or you can do something like this. Let's look at H4. Alright, you can put your stop slightly above the you can put your stop loss slightly above this fair value gap. You can enter right here. Stop loss placed above slightly above the fair value gaps. Okay, roughly at about 80 pips. Okay, but you are technically swing trading, so you can extend your stop loss to about 100 pips. Okay, does this make sense? Alright, then you can see it clearer on the H4. I like to do daily analysis, and then I drop down to H4 to find any key levels over here. Alright, so this is potentially what I could look at. Okay, this is a nice reverse sell trade for gold. Okay, this will be a swing trade, so you could possibly expect to hold it for quite some time. Alright, okay, now let's take a look at, let me remove this. Okay, now let's take a look at okay, let's go in order first. Okay, with NZD USD. Okay, let's take a look at NZD USD. Okay, so we shall remove all of this, and then okay, so far NZD USD has also broken this this low right here. So what we could expect, right, is for price to actually react to this level of pullback support. You can already see price reacting off here, right? Okay, so now let's place this as our pivot point. Okay, let's place this as our pivot point first, and then for our first support, let's take a look at the bigger picture. Let's see this. I think this is fine. Okay, this shall be our first support, and this shall be our first resistance. Okay, so price is already reacting off here, right? You can see how price reacts here. So what we want it to do, right, if you go on to the H1, what we want it to do is to continue to close below these highs. So once it closes below these highs, you can already see market structure: lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Then of course you can see it continue to fall. Alright, so for this I would say once market opens, you can potentially look for some entries. Alright, but of course you need to be careful of oh, never mind, the news here is on Wednesday, so we have time. Alright, so it won't really be affected by the news anytime soon. But you, let's say you enter right here, stop loss placed above these highs, okay, target right about here, still can target a 1:2.16. Let me look at M15. Yeah, let's take a look at how the market opens right later on. But NZD USD you should enter during the Asian session, right? Gives you a little bit more volatility because AUD USD and NZD USD reacts a little bit faster during the Asian session. Okay, so let me see. I think it reacts. Oh, let me see. 38.2. Okay, fair enough. 38.2 feeble retracement level. Yep, okay, I think this is fine. Pivot point towards the downside. Yes, so I think for NZD USD, there are two levels. Price could potentially continue to fall past this first support level to come towards the second support level over here. Okay, so these are two levels that NZD USD could potentially fall below. Alright, first support and then the second support. Alright, okay, so pretty straightforward. Okay, the next thing that we could look at is oh wow, silver. Okay, let's take a look at silver. Okay, so far, right, silver has already broken past this previously it was a bullish trend line, right? So now it has broken past it. It is now a bearish trend. Let me see. Okay, so I think it's pretty straightforward. We have our price is here. Okay, we have our pivot point right here, which is our pullback support pullback resistance level. Alright, then of course we have our first support area, which is this, I'll say here. Yeah, here makes more sense, which is this level over here, which is our first support area. And then for our resistance is of course this swing high level over here. Okay, so these are the ranges. Now let's take a look at whether we can find any fib retracement levels. Okay, so price aligns very nicely with our 38.2% feeble retracement level. Okay, there you can see, right, since price has broken past a very bearish trend line over here. Alright, so this, and also we have our change of character over here. Change of character. Alright, so we might see we have seen a first lower low, so we can see a lower high to create a lower low. Okay, even breaking past this first support level to react to this second support level over here. Okay, this second support level is drawn based off this previous swing high resistance. Okay, then broken past and could act as our pullback support level over here. Alright, so what we are looking at is for price to create a lower high, to create a lower low. Alright, makes sense? Okay, so far, hopefully price reacts nicely to these pullback levels. I think there are a lot of pullback levels that we can leverage on. Yes, all the analysis is on daily time frame. This is for the general outlook of the week ahead. Then of course, once price reaches these levels, right, then you can go to H4 to look for your entries. So let's say the idea is to enter off this pivot point, right? Then let's take a look at how you can enter. So you can enter right about this pivot point here. Of course, with your other confluences as well, if you guys have, right, price needs to close below this pivot point. Alright, then you can enter off this level, slightly place it above this pivot point, and your target is back to this first support level. So I would suggest to get at least 1:2 or 1:3 risk to reward ratio. Okay, welcome, no worries. Oh, that's my okay, daily time frame. Alright, then the next one is BTC. Let's cover indices first. I think indices is a nice, could be nice to cover. Alright, daily time frame as well. Yeah, this one makes sense. Okay, so this shall be our pivot point. I think this is a nice pivot point right here. Look pass, enter. Let me see. Although I would love to want to enter. I don't really want to go against US 30, you know, because US 30, once we have a trend picking up, right, and then you start to sell, it goes against a lot of buyers, right? But right now, I think if you look at the H4, it's very, very bearish, right? So let me see. Yeah, still within the okay, H4, we have already gone below the bullish Ichimoku cloud. So H4 we are bearish. H1 should also be bearish, just that daily we are still bullish. Okay, so let's see, this is a nicer level. If I were to enter here, wait for it to fall. Yeah, okay, let's go with this. Okay, I think this is better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so this is in line with the daily overall trend. All right, even though price has already reacted off, if I were to align it with this high over here, right, you can see how price reacted off, just slightly rejecting and then flying off from here, right? But of course, I think price, this is a slight push towards the upside, but price could potentially come even lower, right, to this pivot point. All right, because you can see how many times price has tapped this area, right? So I believe that this is a nicer pullback level rather than picking a pivot point right here. All right, of course this could potentially be your first resistance area. Okay, then what's next is you could look at this as your first support. Okay, so these two levels are something that I am looking at. Then of course I think this aligns nicer should be at the 61. Yeah, slightly at the 61.8% feeble retracement level. Alright. Yes, so let me see. I don't think we have projection. It might have already been over. Yeah. Okay, then let me see. Overall outlook, how about at this low right here? Yeah, I think this is fine. This is good enough. Okay, then of course we also have a very nice daily order block over here. Where is my order block? Okay, bullish OB. Okay, daily order block works very nicely. Alright, so let's see if price will be able to react off this pivot point. Most probably I would say a lot of sellers will come in here. A lot of sellers will definitely come in here. If I were to just draw a simple fit level, right? If I go to H4, if I were to go to H4, draw a simple fit level. Yeah, okay. This level, this area over here, is where a lot of people would try to enter off sells. Why? Because we have bearish H4 fair value gap, and then it also aligns with the pullback resistance level. Okay, also aligns with 38.2% feeble retracement level. So a lot of people would tend to take a rather risky sell position right about here. Okay, to target at least 1:3. Because what they might try to do is to sell to buy. So you sell all the way to this pivot point over here, and then you enter buys. Okay, this is for US30. Okay, let me see. Bullish. Let me just take this up. Okay. Okay, let's go for another indices, and then we shall go to BTC, and then we go to Euro CHF. Okay. Alright, I like the comments. Just keep it coming, alright, so that I know which pairs you guys want me to go through with you. Okay, so for this Germany 40, okay, you can see wow, Germany 40 is actually falling pretty hard. Let me see. And if you guys realize, right, Germany 40 don't really like to react to such swing low supports. Okay, so if I were to show you guys, let me see. Let me just take an example. Okay, it's not that nice. So sometimes Germany 40, they would, let's say, this is beautiful, right? This push upwards is beautiful. But if you see right here, if someone enters the buys over at this level, stop loss taken out, right? So I think once price has really reacted off this area, what it should do is to highlight this area instead. Okay, instead of, let me take a look. Price could fall. Yeah, but apart from this, there are no other levels that I might want to look at for Germany 40. But the problem is, where should my second support be, right? Easy to say that there could be a pivot point here, right? But where could price potentially fall towards to next, right? Which is this level, H4. Yes, definitely I would say this area over here. Yeah, this area over here. Why? Because we have a high swing high price broke past, could act as a pullback support next. Okay, so let me see daily. Okay, this shall be our first support. Then our first resistance is of course these levels over here. So what you are looking at is for a potential buy opportunity towards this pullback resistance level. Okay, so if I'm not wrong, wait, give me a sec. Okay, I don't think there's a fit level. Nah, doesn't align. Okay, so I think this is a very plain and simple level here, but I would say Germany 40 stay out of it for a while, right? It might still be a little bit uncertain of where it might want to go, so I would suggest not recommended to enter Germany 40. Okay, now let's take a look at how about, let's switch it up a bit. Euro CHF. Okay, Euro. Oh, just nice. We have CHF news later on Monday. Okay, so Swiss franc, Euro Swiss franc. Oh my goodness. My friend. Watson, my friend. Let's take a look at this heartbeat looking pair. Okay, this looks like my heartbeat, right? You can see how close knit it is together, right? You can see the difference between these pairs, like very clear structure. But if you look at something like Euro CHF, wow, it looks like grass, right? You can see how close knit it is to with each other. So for a pair like this, right, I could do a H4 analysis instead. Okay, Euro CHF not really recommended because it creates a lot of, I think it tends to take out a lot of stop loss with all these huge candles, right? So adapt to the pair, right? So I would say the next level that, why not let's just do, yeah, I think H4 seems better. Okay, so price is coming up towards this high. Where is the next level that you can look at? Let me see. Let me see any potential levels. Euro CHF, wow, this pair is messy. Okay, let me see, price broke above. Okay, indicate, okay, I think we should stick to bullish. I think we can stick to the bullish part for Euro CHF. Okay, so I think this level right here is a nice pivot point. Why I chose this as my pivot point, and I'm on H1 because all the other key levels are quite messy. Okay, so let's see. I would say this is a nice area to no clear direction yet, right? Because price is still within this area. Let me see. Okay, price is still within this area. I would say still within this pivot area. Okay, so why is this so long? Okay, yeah. Alright, so price is still trading within this area over here. So what you could expect, right, is I would suggest, okay, what you could do is to enter off the break of this pair. So what you want to see, let's see how price reacts within this area. Okay, so once price breaks out of this, then I would say it gives you a little bit more confidence to enter the trade. Right now you can see there is a lot of uncertainty for Euro CHF. Okay, so what I would suggest is for it to break out of this level. Right, I am sure it's more or less bullish on the H1 and H4. Yeah, because you can see how price is still above the Ichimoku cloud. Okay, then let me see. Yeah, but let's see. I will only wait to enter Euro CHF if it breaks above this consolidation area to go higher, right? I'm sure 15 minutes you probably can't find any opportunities also. Yeah, this pair is too messy. So Watson, I'll suggest to stay out of this pair. Okay, if you were to draw a trend line, I think pretty straightforward. Bullish trend line, right? Aligns with your zone. So this is my zone. Okay, so if you were to, let's say you want to take a risky position, you can enter off slightly, maybe this area here, right? Stop loss placed below here, target back to this high. 1:2. Very simple, 1:2 risk to reward ratio. If not, you can do something like this, but of course yeah, this takes a little bit more patience, because for Euro CHF to move maybe quite a number of pips, right? It's a bit hard. Yes, so I'll suggest to stay out. Oh, you are holding a bearish position. No wonder. Okay. Okay, I would say your first obstacle, right? Okay, your first obstacle will definitely be this level over here. Of course, since it's bearish position, right, then I hope price breaks past and go lower. Okay. Yes, but let's see, it could go either direction. That's why I said there's a lot of uncertainty. Okay. Okay. I actually see a stop. Okay. Robinhood. Okay, just for the fun of it, okay. Let's take a look at Robinhood. I think it was such a nice opportunity for Robinhood. Yeah, but okay. Let's see. Where is price now? Oh, okay. Oh nah, definitely bearish. Robinhood definitely bearish. Created all-time high, right? Once it created an all-time high, normal, because this was also S&P's all-time high, right? Then of course price started to get down. So what's the next level that it could potentially fall towards to is about 93. Alright, then of course I would say this level, this area is another area for price to, so this, once price comes out and take out all these buyers right here, right, the next level that you could look at is of course this next pivot point at $90 per share for Robinhood. Yeah, then the next other level would be this first support area at $85. Okay, then these two levels, these are the only two levels that I could potentially look at. Yeah, I think just these two. Yeah, definitely bearish. Why? Because 50 MA already broke past, waiting for it to see how it reacts to the 200 MA. Once if it breaks past 200 MA, definitely bearish, coming down to $90. So I would say yeah, let's just wait patiently, see how it reacts. Okay, so statistically speaking, yeah, Robinhood, not only Robinhood, but stocks in general does perform badly in August and September. Okay, so yeah, you can see if I were to look at US 500, okay, which is something like S&P 500. Okay, you can go H4 daily, is getting destroyed, right? Previously, wow, if you sold from the all-time high, right, you hold your position all the way, would have been a extremely great opportunity. Right now on H4 is reacting to this 200 MA, right at this all these swing low supports. So hopefully price could continue, but from what I see, price will definitely break out towards the downside. Okay, so stocks definitely will not perform well. Okay, just to take note of that, guys. Analysis based on daily, yes. Okay, that's fine. I think you should be good to go. Oh, almost forgot. BTC USD. Okay. BTC USD. I think very straightforward. Very straightforward. Why they created all this consolidation, for it to have a clear break over here and then very nice pullback area. Okay, okay, this one daily still above, so might be a little bit scary, but it's fine. So this is our pivot point. Alright, then our resistance is of course this all these resistance level over here. Okay, then where's our support? Our support is of course at this overlap support level already. Alright, so forget to put, this is my pivot point. Okay, yes, so definitely I would say there will be a fib level. Yeah, 61.8, very beautiful. Okay, then you can see, let me see. Yeah, right on, we have 100% Fibo projection together with 61.8% Fibo retracement. So I would say this could be probably a area where you can sell for BTC USD. Okay, so bearish. Yeah, I think this is the bearish months, August and September. So keep in mind. Gold also might be bearish. Let's see. Yeah, think for this BTC was quite straightforward actually. Not much to amend. Okay. Then let's see. Did I miss anything out? CHF, GBY. I think should be fine. Okay, let's do a little bit of the majors. Okay, I would suggest don't really trade all these CHF, JPY, Euro, CHF. Right? Focus on pairs like USD pairs. Right? That's your bread and butter. Okay, so very simple. Okay, let's see how this would react. Pivot point, and then we have our resistance level. Wow, it's been long since euro dollar is recovering and hit this high. So let's see, first resistance. First support. Without even, I think very simple stuff. 50%. Then I think there is a projection too. Just from experience, I think there is 100%, 70, if not is 78.6. Yeah. So we have 50% feeble retracement and 78.6% feeble projection right at this pivot point. Okay. I think very straightforward for euro dollar. Then what about GBP USD? Okay, GBP USD, another simple trade. Market structure, very nice. We have a change of character right here. That's the first sign. Second sign, we have a break of structure. So overall, downtrend. DXY, uptrend. So if DXY uptrend, or if DXY is going for a reversal, then this one will be going for a bearish outlook. Okay, so what we could look at is we could find a level, this pivot point over here. %50 feeble as well. Then our resistance level is this high. Okay, then our first support is this level over here. Okay, I think it's straightforward enough. This one's slightly different, 100%. Okay, right here, and then we will have a bearish, yeah. Alright, bearish period point towards this first support level. Okay, then let's see. No. USD CHF I wouldn't touch as well. USD CAD seems okay, seems promising. This is fine. Okay, I think we can take a look at oops. I think we can take a look at CHF JPY. IC markets. Oh, wow. What? CHF JPY. Wow. So strong. Why is this pair so strong? Okay, interesting. Okay, I think right off the bat I can see a nice pullback support level over here, and then another first support level, and then where is my resistance? I think my resistance will be here. Okay, then now let's take a look at if we can find any fib. So I'll draw from this low all the way to this high. Boom. Oh, no fibs at all. Okay, maybe because of this low right here. Okay, I think this should be okay. Let me see. I think tomorrow or Tuesday, price will fall to this pivot point already. Let's hope. If not, you can look at H4 too, right? Yes, I think I know why it's not falling. We need price to break past this low, right? If it breaks past this low, of course we'll definitely have a free fall towards this pivot point. But if it doesn't, right, then you might want to look for at H1. Okay, you might want to take a look at H1. Now I know why all the buyers came in, because it was a nice swing low support. Very nice change of character over here, and a solid level, solid point of interest over here. That's why price couldn't break past, but it's fine. Let's see. Daily time frame definitely will fall towards this pivot point, just a matter of when. Okay, so yeah, CHF. Yes, my friend, I hope that price will fall towards here to go towards the upside. Okay, apart from that, CHF JPY don't have to touch it at all. Okay, any other pairs that you guys want me to go through with you? Maybe let's do one more pair. Okay, one more pair before I end off the session. So which pair do you guys want me to go through with you? Okay, wait, let me do analysis on USD JPY. I think this could be fun. Okay, USD JPY, a little bit tricky. Why tricky is because generally for USD JPY, it will tend to take out this. You can see right here, right, very equal lows, like almost equal lows. So price could take out this liquidity. Price could take out this liquidity over here, right, and then react off basically to this area. Yeah, so I would suggest to, let me see, I'll see pivot point. You can put it right here. I think that's fine. Put it slightly below. Okay, then for your first support, you can put it right here. This is just a gauge, okay? First support, and then your first resistance, you can put it this high. Yeah, I think this is fine. Take out all these wiggly lines. First, yeah, I think this is okay. Decent, but not the best. Yeah. Okay, this is for USD JPY. ADCAD, okay. Let me see. AUDCAD. Okay, AUDCAD. Okay, oh wow. I think AUDCAD is still decent, right? We have some room to work with. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I think pretty straightforward. One level that you could look at is this pivot point, right? Because AUD/CAD, if you notice, all these AUD USD, like all these exotic pairs, they like to trade within these kind of zones. So I think this should be a safer area, right? Then your first support could be this level. Okay, then your resistance, I would say pick this high. So your trading range should be within this area. Okay, so I would say bullish, right? Then let me see. Definitely no fib levels. Yeah, there's no fib levels to work with, but I know that there is a possibility for it to trade within this range. Okay, so this is for AUD/CAD. I think it's pretty straightforward. You can see how. Let's hope price continues to trade within this range, right? Then your stop loss, if you were to enter, I'll say enter right here. Stop loss place below here. Let's see if you can get at least 1:2. Yes, if you can get at least 1:2, right, then you can enter the trade. Yeah, something like that, right? If it doesn't give you 1:2, then I would say don't enter the trade. Okay. Yes. Thank you for the positive comments. Alright. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, that's all from me to you guys. I hope that you guys have captured all the pairs that you guys requested for, and I also hope that you guys will be able to catch the upcoming trades this week. Okay, so that's all from me to you guys, and thank you from IC Markets. Alright, that is all, and remember to stay safe and trade safe. Alright, thank you, bye bye.